Assalamualaikum warahmatullah. Today we will listen one of the very important hadiths about the month of fasting, about the month of Ramadan and fasting in the month of Ramadan. And this hadith has been quoted in different books of hadith, especially in Musnad Ahmad and Bahaki. Rasulullah alayhi salatu salam says about this ummah and about this fasting, giving to this ummah as a obligatory fasting. Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam says, Uti to ummati khamsa khisalin fi Ramadana lam tu'tahunna ummatun qablahum. He says that my ummah has been given in the month of Ramadan 5 things that were not given to anyone before this ummah. 5 things in the month of Ramadan, very special gift, have been given by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to this ummah, which were not given to any other ummah before this ummah came. And what are the 5 gifts? 5 gifts. The very first gift Allah Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam says that this ummah has been given. And he says that khulufu famiz sa'imi atyabu indallahi min rihir miski. He says that, and subhanallah, different versions, but what he says about the very first gift, he says the smell from the mouth of a fasting Muslim is sweeter for Allah or sweeter to Allah than the fragrant smell of musk. The very first thing Rasulullah said, the gift which Allah has given to this ummah, and the gift is what? When you fast, you don't eat anything, you don't drink anything, you don't brush, and I would say anytime. So Rasulullah ﷺ, though miswak is recommended, but because of fasting, not because of your mouth smell, the smell which is created because of your empty stomach. You don't eat anything 12 hours, you don't drink anything 12 hours, so your stomach gets empty. So the smell which is produces through this fasting, and is coming from your stomach, right, and is coming out, that smell, not your mouth smell. And so he said that the smell, again I read it. He said that the smell from the mouth of a fasting Muslim, subhanallah, is sweeter to Allah than the fragrant smell of musk. The best smell in this world is called the smell of musk, and this is what Rasulullah ﷺ used to like a lot, and he used to apply this smell of musk all the time. So Rasulullah ﷺ says, if you consider the musk smell is the best in the world, he says, let me tell you one thing. A person, a Muslim, a follower of my ummah, who fast for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala pleasure, and due to fasting he does not eat, he does not drink, and he is empty, his stomach becomes empty, his empty stomach which produces smell, that smell which comes out of his mouth or through his mouth or from his mouth, that smell is sweeter to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala than the smell of this musk. This is the first gift. It never happened in the history of the pages that when you are fasting, and because of the fasting this thing happening, and because of this smell, people sometimes don't like it, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala likes so much, he says that smell is sweeter to Allah than the smell of the musk. This is the first gift given to this ummah. Second gift, Rasulullah alayhi salatu wasalam says about this ummah, he says, وَتَسْتَغْفِرُ لَهُمُ الْهِيتَانُ حَتَّى يُفَتِّرُوا. Rasulullah ﷺ said about the third gift, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created millions and billions of fishes in the sea. He says the fish in the sea seek forgiveness on their behalf, right, for the person, right, who is fasting until he breaks the fast. So the fish in the sea, they ask forgiveness. They seek forgiveness for those who are fasting for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and they keep making dua forgiveness. Oh Allah, forgive this fasting person. Oh Allah, forgive this fasting person. The fishes, can you imagine for a second? Can you think for a second? The fishes, the fish, we eat every day. These fish, especially when the month of Ramadan come and you are fasting, these fish become a source of prayer for you, a source of prayer, a source of maghfirah for you, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he puts, subhanallah, this hikmah and this message in there, into the minds of the fish, that they start making dua for your forgiveness. So this is the second gift a person, a moment will receive who is fasting. Number one, his mouth smell or his stomach smell is sweeter to Allah than the musk. And the second, Rasulullah says that the fish in the sea asks forgiveness on their behalf until this fasting person, he breaks his fast. This is the second gift. The third gift, Rasulullah says, وَيُزَيِّنُ اللَّهُ الْعَزَّ وَجَلَّ كُلُّ يَوْمٍ جَنَّتَهُ ثُمَّ يَقُولُ يُوشِكُ عِبَادِيَ الصَّالِحُونَ أَنْ يُلْقَوْا عَنْهُمْ مَعُونَةً وَيُسِيرُوا إِلَيْهِ. The third thing Rasulullah says, that every single day Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he prepares and decorates the Jannah. Every single day in the month of Ramadan. Listen me carefully. We are not talking about any worldly castle. We are not talking about, worldly, I would say, palaces. We are talking about the Jannah, the real place where inshallah the mu'minin will go. Inshallah you will go. So Rasulullah says, every single day in the month of Ramadan, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he prepares and decorates the whole Jannah for who? For you. Because you are fasting for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasulullah says, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when he prepares and decorates the Jannah, he says that be prepared, get ready, my salihin, my pious servants, they are coming after fasting from the world, and they will enter into you. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala every single day in the month of Ramadan talks about you, that you are about to come, you are fasting for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. How lucky you are, how fortunate you are. Can you believe for a second that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is waiting for you? Subhanallah. What a fortunate you are. Allah has chosen you to be, his servant. Allah has, given you, he has granted you, he has bestowed upon you his religion, the Islam, through his Habib Sayyidina Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So this is the third gift is given to the Ummah in the month of Ramadan. And the fourth thing Rasulullah ﷺ says, the fourth gift Rasulullah ﷺ said, he said that the shaitan are the shaitan are in chain. They are in chain. They do not deceive, they do not whispers what normally they do any other month other than the month of Ramadan. Rasulullah ﷺ says the exact word. Rasulullah ﷺ says, subhanallah, he said that shaitan is in chain. The shaitan is locked up, and shaitan never ever is free until the month of Ramadan is free, until the month of Ramadan is over, and shaitan never ever provoke you for the evil things. Why? Because you are in the month of Ramadan. So first thing he says, the third thing he says, Jannah is ready for you. And the fourth thing he says, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he enchain all the shayateen, all the satans, all these evils, and they do not whispers, they do not guide you, they do not lead you towards the evil things, and these things keep happening until the month of Ramadan finish. The month of Ramadan finish. And the last gift, the fifth gift, Rasulullah ﷺ says about this fasting person of his ummah, and he says, subhanallah, he says وَيُغْفَرُ, the fifth thing he says, وَيُغْفَرُ لَهُمْ فِي آخِرِ لَيْلِهِ قِيلَ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ أَهِيَ لَيْلَةُ الْقَدْرِ قَالَ لَا وَلَكِنَّ الْعَامِلَ إِنَّمَا يُوَفَّى أَجْرُهُ إِذَا قَضَى amalahu. Aw kama qala alayhi salatu salam. Rawahu Ahmad. The fifth thing Rasulullah alayhi salatu salam says, the fifth reward, the fifth gift coming from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the month of Ramadan, he says the fifth reward. He says, and then Allah, he says in the last night, on the last night of Ramadan, the fasting person, the fasting Muslims are forgiven. The fifth reward, the fifth gift is what? The last night, which is right, you normally you can say the night before Eid, right? The 28th night or the 38th night, depend on the moon sighting. So Rasul